Hi everyone, Heavy782 here, for the editor-in-chief of Star Wars Battle Lines blog, here with another podcast, and today with me I have a special guest. This is Star Wars Doctor, say hello.
Hello.
So yeah, today we are going to be talking about all the seasons and what we think of each one overall. So not the individual episodes, but the seasons as a whole, how it works and whatnot. So yeah, let's get started with season 1. So yeah, what did you think of this season overall?
Well, I enjoyed the season overall. It was the first season, so the graphics weren't the best, and the lightsaber fights were, in comparison with season 5, not the best. Well, it had some good episodes, and some episodes weren't that good. Yeah, I think that my favorite one good episode is the last episode. I think it was called
Hostage Crisis.
Yes, I like that episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah, that was the episode that introduced Cad Bane. So that was, yeah. I'd say, yeah, it was definitely a good season, and from the perspective of you don't know what's coming next, it was kind of like, it was very enjoyable to watch all the way through, and while a lot of it isn't that good when compared to the rest of the seasons, it's still an amazing season, I think. And my favourite episode would have to be, I think Rookies, probably.
Yeah, they had like good seasons. I like these planets like Ryloth or Christophsis because they're only like battles, and nothing too special. Only like battles that are interesting. Because there are some episodes that I don't like in other seasons that has got a better storyline, but still they're worse than the Ryloth episodes, and they were good. Yeah.
I think season 1 is probably one of the few seasons that doesn't have kind of like a episode that you really hate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick one that's kind of like the worst episode that's not as good as the others, what would it be?
That's a difficult question. Why don't you answer first? Because I could think it's that.
I think it would have to be either Mystery of 1,000 Moons or Bombad Jedi. Mainly Mystery of 1,000
Jedi wasn't too good, but Mystery of 1,000 Moons, that was quite funny because there were like these battle droids that were programmed to be in. Yeah.
I think the reason I don't like it is it just seems to be... I think Blue Shadow Virus worked fine on its own. This just seemed to be stuck on the end to try and extend it.
Yeah. I just got the season episodes. I don't like the downfall of a droid and duel of the droids too much because it was sort of a bit boring, in my opinion.
I liked Duel of the Droid, but StarWars.com's got a spelling mistake. It's put Dew of the Droids. It's missed the L off. Downfall of a Droid, I think. I don't know, that was a bit boring. Yeah. And Bombad Jedi was just kind of like...
Yeah, Bombad Jar Jar came back, so I don't like Jar Jar too much because he's sometimes a bit strange. Yeah.
And I don't mind if it's just you can get too much of him, and when you get too much of him, he's just
Yeah.
And I think the thing they done with him and C-3PO was funny at some parts but annoying at others.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best part about Bombad Jedi was that it set the way for Cloak of Darkness and Lair of Grievous.
Yes, because those were good episodes. I think Cloak of Darkness was a bit better, but Lair of Grievous, and then Lair of Grievous, because Lair of Grievous that was a bit dark, because it was like inside, not too many battles.
Yeah. And then what would you give season 1 out of 10?
I would give it a 7.9. 7.9, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd give it a probably a bit low. I'll go 7.5.
Okay.
And then we have season 2.
Oh. I like my friends, they, well, I think the season wasn't the best season. It was sort of, well, there were good stories, but the stories weren't the best. Some of them were quite
Yeah.
good.
I think it took what they had in season 1 and made it better. I think this season was probably better than season 1 in a lot of ways and worse than season 1 in a lot of ways. The animation has definitely improved.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And yeah, but I think it was more Senate murders and Senate spy.
Yeah.
Those are
Uh,
my 2 least favourite episodes.
the, well, yeah, Senate Spy. But I like the episodes on Geonosis. They were quite good.
Yeah, those are probably... That was the
The best.
first major arc. That was the first big arc we had.
That was with Cat Bane. He was stealing a holocron.
Yeah, the first... Yeah, I think that was a good start to the season.
It was. It was.
I think the first episode, I don't know. First episode was alright. Cargo of Doom would probably have to be my favourite out of those 3 episodes. Children of the Force was good though.
Yeah, they were all quite good. Yes.
My favourite episodes would have to be The Deserter and Grievous Intrigue though.
Mine would be, I think, Legacy of Terror. The one on Geonosis.
Oh yeah, that was
And
a very good
Castman,
one.
because Trench was in it, and Trench was a cool character.
Yeah, especially since Trench is coming back now.
Yeah.
Better.
But I'm sorry, but I didn't enjoy the season too much. I think season 1, in my opinion, was a bit better.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. The Zelo Beast ones, those seemed... I think the thing I don't like about the Zelo Beast Strikes Back is the same thing I don't like about Mystery of a Thousand Moons, is it just seems to be expanded on an episode. I think that worked quite well as a standalone, the Zelo Beast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think Cat and Mouse, first time I watched it, I was just kind of like... I was bored of it, but then when I come back and watch it, I actually quite appreciate it, and it's probably one of my favourite episodes of the season.
Yeah, they were good episodes.
Especially now that Trench is coming back.
Yes.
There's still the mystery of how he actually survived that, but...
Just be floating around in space or something.
maybe he's a character like Plo Koon who can withstand the pressure of space for a short time or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe can just survive in space.
And then the season finale with Boba Fett, I think that was quite good as well, actually.
I like Death Trap. But I didn't like the 2 ones after that. Death Trap was quite funny. Well, not funny, but I think it was better than R2-D2 Come Home and Lethal Trackdown.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked Lethal Trackdown, because of the battle towards the end, and of course seeing Hondo again, but R2 Come Home I think was a bit meh.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would you give the season overall?
6 out of 10.
I'll go 7, I think. So it had a lot of good episodes, but it also had a couple of bad episodes here.
I think
Season... sorry.
season for me was like all the episodes were good, but not the best. It was like all it was like a straight line around 6 out of 10 around there. All the episodes were around there, so I didn't think it was the best season. So yeah.
Yeah, and season 3. Now I think It started off strongly with clone cadets, ARC troopers, and supply lines. Sphere of Influence was okay, and then
about this season, it was like this. It started good, then comes like these Coruscant episodes, these Senate episodes. They were a bit boring. Then it goes back again to good.
yeah, with Night Sisters, from Night Sisters onwards, it was amazing.
Those episodes were all great.
Yeah, and then Clone Cadets and ARC Troopers, I really enjoyed. Supply Lines was okay. Sphere of Influence was okay, but started to slip. Then Corruption in the Academy, it went straight down. It went a bit up again with the Assassin. Evil Plans was just, it went down. Hunt for Zero, meh. And then Heroes on Both Sides
came a bit better. Was a bit better, I think.
Yeah, and then Pursuit of Peace was a bit boring as well. But yeah.
Yeah, but Night Sisters episodes were good, interesting. These Overlord episodes, these Out of Mortis and Ghosts of Mortis, those I think were a bit worse than the Night Sisters episode because, well, the Night Sisters episode had the introduction of Savage Press, and he was the main character in the future. So
yeah. Then the Citadel episodes, they were good because they got back to the war and whatnot. And then Padawan Lost and Wookiee Hunt. Well, Wookiee Hunt, we obviously got to see Chewbacca.
So, yeah, but he was only in the last episode.
Yeah. Padawan Lost I didn't like as much as Wookiee Hunt. Padawan Lost I think would have to be my least favourite from Night Sisters onwards.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. Okay, so what would have to be your favourite episode of the season?
Well, it's difficult for me to decide between season 1 and season 3 because they were both good seasons, but I think I like season 3 a bit more, so I'd say season 3 gets an 8 out of 10.
And then I think I'll give it I'll go an 8 out of 10 as well, I think.
Okay.
So then season 4, my favourite season.
Yeah, mine too. Well, you start.
Well, I think it started off okay. Gungan Attack, Water War and Prisoners were, I think too claustrophobic for my taste. Kind of like the underwater thing. It would have worked if it was just one episode, but I think 3 episodes was a bit much.
Well, it had to be a good introduction of the season. And I started watching the Clone Wars after the season, so the season before I just rewatched them because I didn't know the episodes before that. So this is like my first season that I've watched. Yeah. So, but Shadow Warrior and Mercy Mission, Shadow Warrior was quite good, but Mercy Mission and Nomad Droids, I didn't like those. They were a bit boring. They were like R2-D2, C-3PO episodes.
Yeah. Shadow Warrior was an awesome episode for me. Probably one of my favourite standalone stories.
They just had on Naboo, Count Dooku was there, Grievous was there, then Anakin was there, and they had all droids backing, and so there was quite a good episode.
Yeah. Mercy Mission would probably have to be my least favourite from the season. Nomad Droids I didn't mind.
Mercy Mission, yeah. And then the Clone arc.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna take it back a bit on the Nomad Droids and Mercy Mission. I think it kind of works to an extent because that is how Star Wars began in Episode 4 with 2 lost droids wandering with nowhere to go. So it kind of takes it back to that, but yeah, they weren't the best episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you were saying, what were you gonna say about the Umbara arc?
They were 4 episodes. They were quite good, interesting, but the general wasn't the best episode. That was the least best. Mostly when there are 4 episodes, I don't like the second the best.
Yeah, same.
In between. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk about that bit later with the 4-part arcs, but yeah. The general just seems to be a repeat of Darkness on Umbara, I think.
I think, yeah, yeah. And this is like the first season that has four episode arcs, isn't it?
Yeah, unless you count. It depends whether you count Senate Spy as part of the Geonosis arc. Whether you think of that as a 4-part or a 5-part.
Nice. Well, I don't know.
But it was still a good arc, I think. And it definitely can't. And Krell himself was quite a good villain, I think.
He was a strong character.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after that we had the
Slaves of the Republic.
yeah,
Jesus.
and that kind of like was a bit of a lighter arc than the Umbara arc, because Umbara was quite a dark planet and whatnot, and then we get into a bit more of a light planet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice to see a contrast there.
Those episodes were okay. They were like in between.
And then what did you think of A Friend in Need?
I heard that some people hate that episode and some like it. I like it. It was a good episode. I thought it would like be a 3 or 4 episode arc, but it was only 1 episode. That was a bit, well, in my opinion, wasn't too good. They should have done at least 2 episodes of that.
Yeah, I think they probably could have cut out Mercy Mission or Nomad Droids, made that a 1-part, and then extended A Friend in Need to a 2-part.
Yes, they could have done that.
Yeah, because we see the return of Pre Vizsla and the introduction of Bo-Katan.
Well, Bo-Katan, we didn't even know what she looks like until then. Well, after that, we didn't even know what she looks like.
Yeah. Like, but the thing is, when you get to season 5 and you actually see her with her helmet off the first time, it wasn't that much of a shock, actually, to be honest. It's just like, then you think, oh, this is actually the first time we've seen her without her helmet on. Because before that, we got loads of images and whatnot from the trailers and everything, and so we kind of knew what she looked like for a long time before that.
Yeah, and then comes Kenobi dies after that, so that was a shock for me. I just thought that now Clone Wars is getting really exciting when Kenobi dies. Obi-Wan Kenobi, she can't die, but then he didn't die, so it was like.
This arc is probably my favourite from season 4.
Okay.
I think again the second part was probably the least best.
Yes, but the box was quite good.
Yeah, the box was probably the best part. Deception, I think, was good, and Crisis on Naboo was alright too.
And then the Darth Maul Returns and Ventress arc.
Yeah.
Would you count it as a 4 episode arc or only a 2 episode arc? Because one was Ventress and one was Savage Press and Darth Maul, but some people say...
it's one of those. It's definitely probably one of the weird kind of like things to decide, really. I kind of count it as a 4-part arc because of Ventress in the last episode and how they link it together and whatnot, but I don't know.
That was a good episode. I enjoyed that episode.
Yeah. Brawlers would have to be my least favourite. So yeah, that's the 3rd episode this time, not the 2nd. I think Bounty was one of the best episodes.
Yeah. Withers, he just like searched for him, and then he saw him at the end, and he was like crazy. So
yeah, I think Brawlers could have probably just been about half the length, and then we could have got on to a bit more of Maul actually saying Maul and whatnot, and then had a bit more of action in the actual episode Revenge.
Yeah.
So overall, what would be your favourite arc from the season? Or favourite episode?
Arc. So I Massacre. I was like a battle. I like action. And if there's action, it's mostly good. So Massacre was my best favorite episode. Yours?
Probably. I don't know. I can't pick a specific episode, but I would have to say the it would be one of the ones from the. In fact, I'm gonna say Bounty, even though the Bounty Hunter / Deception arc, the one with Obi-Wan getting killed, is my favourite arc. I think Bounty was the best episode.
Okay.
So yeah, what would you give season 4 as an overall rating?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, same. In fact, I'm gonna go... Yeah, I think I'll go 9 as well.
Okay.
And then we had season 5, which... Okay, so Revival was the first episode. What did you think of that?
Good episode. It was like, yeah, it was a good episode. But after that, I thought they would like continue with the story. Did you know the episode was actually belonged to the other 3 episodes of Darth Maul, but they just like cut it off at the start of
Yeah, they put it to link with the I keep saying they put it to link with season 4, didn't they? To link with the season 4 finale. So that kind of continued on from that.
Because after that, Obi-Wan has to return, and then we never really understand what happens with Ventress, because she's in the ship with Obi-Wan, and what happens with her after that.
That's one of my things that I dislike about the Ahsoka arc, but we'll get onto that in a bit. So yeah, there was a comic book or a graphic novel, I don't remember what. It was one with Darth Maul and whatnot, and I had, you know, on Amazon they've got the look inside bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked inside, and the first couple of pages were set straight after Revenge, where Obi-Wan was talking to Asajj and whatnot and dropping her off on a random planet.
Okay.
So that's probably what happens between that's basically set between Revival and Revenge. So yeah, now a war on 2 fronts. Well, the whole Onderon arc. What did you think of the Onderon arc?
Yeah, again, the second episode of that arc was the least best. I enjoyed the soft war. I don't know why, but I sort of enjoyed that because it was like a great episode.
I felt the arc would probably have to be my least favourite from season 5, to be honest, because it just didn't live up to the expectations of what I thought it would be. I thought it would all be like tipping points with the huge battle and whatnot, but it just turned out to be a bit boring, and I didn't really like it when it was inside the city. A war on 2 fronts was okay, but the middle 2 episodes, I think, were a bit meh.
Yeah. And then the Gathering and the Test of Strength, Band of Rescue, so that was the Youngling arc.
Yeah. Bound for Rescue would probably be my least favourite. A Test of Strength I really liked. The Gathering was okay, and A Necessary Bond was good, I think.
Yeah,
what did you think?
they were all good episodes. Yeah. And then comes Secret Weapons and the Commando arc. What I disliked about that arc, they were talking so much about this clone, but then he returned in the 3rd episode in that arc. I thought they would like have him like in 3 episodes or 4 episodes, but he had to only come in 1 episode and then maybe have died.
Yeah. He was kind of like the special for the 100th episode, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. But then he could have returned, so...
Yeah, I don't know. A Sunny Day in the Void, the worst part of the arc, I think. Again,
that might be the worst episode ever in the Clone Wars, because it was boring. It was boring.
I think it was an experiment, really. It worked. It was okay as 1 episode, but I'm just glad it was just 1 episode. If it was more than 1 episode, then I would have really been able to handle it. It was, and then, I don't know, I kind of liked this arc, not including A Sunny Day in the Void. I think the arc was very good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then comes the the Darth Maul arc.
Yeah.
And Shades of Reason, the Lawless.
And I think again the 2nd episode, Immense, I think will count Revival as part of this 4-part arc. I think Immense was probably the worst episode. It was still very good.
Yeah, they were all good episodes, but the Eminence wasn't. Yeah.
I think it was really too fast paced for me. I think they could have if they just cut out the whole
would have made an episode more.
the Tatooine arc. If they cut out the whole bit on Tatooine, then it would have been a good paced episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
well, it was fast. It was a fast story, but I already knew the story. I know spoilers, so
yeah, I've done that.
So it was still a fast. Without spoilers, I might have not understood the episode too much.
Yeah, Shades of Reason would have to be my favourite part. The Lawless, I think, was amazing, but I liked Shades of Reason just that tiny bit better. Like 0.00001% more.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Ahsoka arc.
Yeah, this was the big finale, and do you remember earlier I said about one part I didn't like about this, and that was you know how Ahsoka promised to speak on the Senate on her behalf to get a full pardon?
Yeah.
You think Obi-Wan would have probably already done that for her when she helped with Darth Maul and whatnot, really?
Well, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't really like. I would have thought Obi-Wan would have done something for her already. And I think helping with Darth Maul is a bit more important to the Senate than this, in a way.
Maybe it was like this because this is all like wibbly wabbly. Every arc is in a different time stream. Maybe the Ahsoka arc was before the Darth Maul arc, but they just put it behind because that Ahsoka leaves is just more major than everything. But she's a main character. She's one of the main characters. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I think there was probably somewhere where it said that is set after that arc, but yeah, I didn't think maybe it was set before.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So season 5, what would you give it overall?
8.5. 8.5. You?
I think I'll give it a 8.52. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, because I think it wasn't as good as season 4 because it had some of the it had a lot of meh episodes, but it had the best episodes and the worst episodes.
So my favorite was season 4, then comes season 5, then season 3, season 1 at the least. I like season 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very close for me between season 2 and 1. So yeah, I think I'll say they're a tie, really. But yeah, basically my order's the same.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I think we'll end it off here. Thanks for joining me on this podcast.
Thank you for being on this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, bye everyone.